Hello, I'm Philip Stoughton. I'm at Apex 2018 and I'm joined by Joe from Nordson. Joe, thanks for stopping by and talk to me. You are one of the sponsors of the STEM activity here, and listening to people, there's an increasing demand to take care of this area. Tell me a bit about Nordson's involvement in education and kind of how that came about and how you got involved in the activities here.
Phil, I'll be happy to do that, and thanks for including Nordson today on this subject. It really is something that has significant focus at Nordson. Nordson's a unique publicly traded company. Since the day we were founded, Articles of Incorporation, our founding fathers insisted that 5% of our corporate profits in North America actually go to charity. And we're very active in the communities in which we live and work. And with that, this year will be almost $10 million that's donated by Nordson. We focus 70% of that investment in our communities into education with a very high focus on STEM.
Okay.
And we feel it makes a lot of sense. Myself personally, if I may share, the week I graduated from college, I had dinner with the provost of our university. That was 1982, and he said, "You guys have made a great choice becoming engineers. Think about how complex our world is today and how more complex it's going to be in the future."
Yeah.
And so now that's 35 years later, and it's, I think, even more true today.
Yeah, those words have stayed with you.
So we really think that at Nordson, we think it's really important to focus on STEM and to promote education in general, but also to help out in our industry and our customer base by making that very important investment in science, technology, engineering, and math. It makes a lot of sense for us.
Yeah, it does, and it's kind of the workforce of the future. I actually really like those words, and I qualified as an electronics engineer myself around about the same time as you. So, and the world was less complex then. We had to queue for a PDP-8 computer and stuff like that. So it's changed, but it's as exciting now as it ever was. Before we talk about the programs of IPC and maybe some of the other associations, let's talk a little bit about Nordson programs. Give me a flavor of some of the initiatives you have, particularly with
so as I mentioned, we really are trying to bring STEM to students at all levels. So we have a program that starts in the middle school. We actually fund, again, principally in the cities where we have a major presence. So it's here in the San Diego area. Likewise, our corporate headquarters are in Cleveland, and we have major operations in Georgia and Rhode Island and around the world. But within the United States, we focus in those 4 areas. And we have a middle school program that's called Tech Talk. And we pay for that. It's a nonprofit that runs it. And they go out into the schools and they actually present how technology relates to education at the middle school level. And then we follow on from there. We've recently partnered with SEMI, which is, again, much like IPC, a very valued trade organization, to Nordson. We're also supporting with funding and volunteer support for something called High Tech U. And it's really a great program that is a 3-day program for high school kids. And we just did something in Carlsbad this month. And we had 40 students from the 3 local high schools. And they spent 3 days with us, folks on my team, presenting a SEMI program that basically related how science, technology, and math all relate to the manufacture of electronic devices. And it was so well received. Then we follow that up with, we've got Nordson Build scholarships, where we are providing scholarship. Our target is to do $1 million worth of scholarship to more than 150 students, again, in the neighborhoods where we work. And then we also have internships at each one of our major facilities. So we feel that we really are putting that commitment towards STEM and workforce development to serve the communities that we work in. And it also, there's some benefit back to Nordson in that, people know a little bit about who we are, and we're providing for those valued engineers that will allow our company to do well into the future.
Yeah, so when IPC announced they had a STEM initiative at this show, I guess it was a no-brainer for you. You had to get involved.
Again, we really value IPC, the 2 principal trade organizations we support within our electronics business, which is a substantial part of Nordson, is both SEMI and IPC. So we're really pleased to be here and, again, promote STEM learning with IPC.
Yeah, and tomorrow you have 70 students here. You're going to be showing them around the booth, trying to get them excited and get
Excited
them
about STEM,
involved
yeah.
in what's going
I
on.
think when they see, there's some really cool things. If you come and see our booth, we do some really neat things where we're dispensing things that are finer than a human hair and X-raying defects down to 1 micron, and then basically seeing how a lot of the young folks there are very excited about coding, and of course we have all kinds of software applications, so they'll be able to see really firsthand how there's really neat technologies that enable the manufacture of their smartphones and their PCs, and how they can be a part of that world.
Yeah, and it's not hard to see that there's a career there, and the numbers stack up pretty well as well. STEM careers don't pay badly. I mean, a lot of people are thinking I need to be in marketing or I need to be a lawyer, but engineering's pretty good.
It's very good. It really is. I have the numbers for our space. We see numbers that are typically over $100,000 as the average salary in the U.S. for positions in our world.
So as well as the technology, that should open their eyes as well.
Absolutely.
Joe,
It's fun.
thanks for stopping by. Fantastic to talk to you, and I'm sure tomorrow's activities will be a big success, but more importantly, it's not just about tomorrow, it's continuing to train that workforce of the future. Thank you so much.
You're welcome, Phil. I couldn't agree more.